In this tutorial, we're going to take a look at modeling the pants of our character and his shoes. So let's go ahead and click the cube that we made earlier. And again, we're just going to drag this out and pull it up. Now, this cube is too simplistic in shape. So what we want to do is form a cylinder out of this cube. So I'm going to shift right click and smooth this out. And I'm going to right click, go to vertex mode, highlight these top verts, hit R, flatten this out, select the bottom ones, flatten these guys out. Right click, go to edge mode, and remove this edge, and shift delete. Okay, so what we have now is a perfectly quadded out cylinder, which is pretty nice. Alright, and again, notice how I'm just kind of dropping that on top. Let's go to our front view and take a look. And remember, we're sort of building a low poly proxy model. So we don't want to get too crazy with the edge flow of our character. We're just looking to get a really nice capture of the silhouette. So we have to create sort of the cylinder on the other side, like that. It's going to be the one that we sort of model off of. So I'm going to go ahead and hold the D key down, and I'm going to move my pivot point to the center line here, sort of where his pelvis is. I'm going to go up to my edit, duplicate special, and if you've done the previous tutorial, which is for the torso, it should remember your settings. So I'm going to go ahead and hit duplicate special, and you can see now it created his legs. So at this point, I'm going to shift right click, and I'm going to grab my insert edge loop tool. And that's going to allow me to insert an edge loop here. Now, if you can't find your edge loop, the insert edge loop tool, go up to polygons, go down to edit mesh, and select insert edge loop tool. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is select these two faces on the inside, and I'm going to delete them. And at this point, what I want to do is just sort of select the faces on the top of this cylinder and delete those as well, because we're not going to need them because we're going to place that inside of his body. Alright, at this point, what I'm going to do is select these edges here, shift right click, extrude edge. I'm going to hit W and just kind of pull them out until they line up here. I'm going to hit R and flatten them until they're completely flat. Let's go to our front view so we can better illustrate that. And hit W and just make sure they're sitting right against each other here. Okay. I'm going to go to vertex mode and just kind of pull these verts down in here a little bit. And that's just sort of forming that curvature in there. And I'm going to pull these out and line that up. Same thing this way. I'm going to pull these verts all the way out here. Pull this one down the center line and pull that up. Pull these two side verts all the way, sort of forming the cuff of the pants. Okay, let's line these up here. Okay. Alright, let's go to object mode, select both of these guys and go to side view. I'm going to sort of center this, and if I hold shift, you'll see I want it to center up with that line. So let's kind of pull this way. And I'm going to nudge that just a little forward. Now I'm going to go to vertex mode, pull these forward a little bit, and then up. Again, this is just the proxy model, so it's okay if it's super low res. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and select these guys here, pull them all the way back here, select these verts in the middle here, and these two guys here. We kind of go to perspective mode so you can see this a little better. Let's jump back to side view. We really just want to line this up with the corner of the pants. Just like that. And then we're going to go into perspective mode and really look at this, see how we can refine it. So this guy should be in the center as well. I kind of want the cuff of his pants to stick out a little further, so I'm going to pull that out. Let's pull this. So we get something that looks like this. Alright. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and select both of these. Hit R, pull them in. I'm going to go to the front view now and pull this in and sort of tuck it inside of his shirt. And what we can do here is kind of pull his shirt down just a little bit and off to the side. Alright, let's go to our perspective mode and see how that looks. I'm going to leave X-ray mode. Kind of look. So we've got a nice little base mesh here. A nice little base to work off. I'm going to hide the rest of his pants by kind of tweaking that a little bit. As we move forward, we're going to add another edge loop here, refine the butt area and the pelvis, butt area, and then we'll add a few more loops in his legs to kind of give it a little bit more shape. Okay, let's go ahead and finish off the shoes. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to Create, Polygon Primitive, Cube, drag out a basic shoe, Shift right click, smooth that out. As you can see here, it gives me almost a perfect shape for a shoe right away. Select those verts, hit R, flatten out that shoe. Let's go ahead and go to X-ray mode. Oops. Let's go to our front view and line this up a bit better. Alright, let's flatten these guys out and scale it off to the side. Alright, let's go to our side view, go to object mode. I'm going to hold shift because I want it to kind of line up with that line there. Let's go to vertex. I'm going to straighten out the tip of the foot here. Pull these way out. Again, I want to match my reference as the best I can. Let's pull this up a little bit more. Alright, I'm going to go to face mode now. Select those 4 bottom faces. Extrude those out. Just going to hit R and sort of uniform extrude them. Let's go a little bit more on the sides. I'm going to go to edge mode now. Actually, let's go ahead and select these faces again. Pull them down just a little bit to give it a little more character. And then shift right click, extrude again, and just sort of pull them down a little bit. Okay, so let's do a little bit of refining here. So I'm going to grab these verts, pull them out just a little bit, and back. I want to bring this forward. Just trying to get the pants here to cuff a little bit better. Alright, and what I'm going to do is go to my front view, hold the D key down, move it over, and again hit Edit, Duplicate Special. Go to my perspective view. You can see we've got some very basic shoes here. What I might do is select these 2 front edges here. Just kind of clean up that geo, give it a little more interesting shape. And what I might do here is I'm going to hit 4 here to go to wireframe mode. Kind of pull these forward and in a little bit to give him more of a ball of his foot look. Okay. In the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to look at modeling the arm.